they're perpetuating their own marketplace. As I mentioned, it's not the Joe six-pack crowd betting $5 on Dallas. Everyone who gets into the position, if they don't have the ethics and they don't want to be part of the clique, you know, they're going to get bumped. If they want to be part of the clique, they don't have the ethics, they can cut one or two deals to, you know, perpetuate their retirement empire, you know, for all time to come. They can make 100 times more of their salary. The person who's working for their salary within government is going to sit there being frustrated. You know, they'll feel isolated and not be of service to the public because he's being isolated. The unethical, the liars, the corrupt, they're going to be bringing in their millions of dollars, cutting their little deals under the table, whether it be for their creation of the new stadium or whatever, or the property that's bought, or the property that's developed. And excuse my French, they will continue to laugh their asses off every single day to the bank as they keep the public out there spinning their wheels saying, oh, is there something wrong here? Keep that idea in your mind constantly. Let it roll over many a times. They've been laughing their asses off all the way to the bank. You know, now I've noticed we have a few elderly gentlemen here, and my hats are off to them. The ethics of the workforce back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s was to build this country, build our families, build the strength of this country, and the work ethics were solid, pure, and true. And if that had maintained, okay, this country would be a phenomenal place right now. Absolutely phenomenal. Wealth would have been shared by all. But I keep telling everybody, this is so essential. We have to take the diapers off. I am still trying to take my diapers off. I find I'm still wearing them every once in a while. We have to jump into grade school and then elementary school. If basic fundamental facts can be held back from us for so long, every person, I've talked to thousands of people, thousands that call me all the time. And whether it be governors, congressmen, senators, people running for governor of their state. When I use this one example, I said, if I told you you're going to drop everything cold and go on vacation for 2 months, when you're ready to go, would you know what your checking account balance is? Everybody goes, yeah. Would you know what your investments were, approximately? Everybody says yes. Would you know approximately what your net worth is? Everybody says, yeah. Well, everyone I've spoken to date, if I ask them whether it applies to their city, their county, their school district, their state, their local college, do you know what the checking account balance is? Don't have the foggiest clue. Do you know what the investments are? Don't have the foggiest clue. Do you know what the net worth is? Don't have the foggiest clue. These are people running, I mean, active senators and congressmen, governors. Don't have the foggiest clue. With that type of environment, remember that 5 out of 1,000 I mentioned before? They're laughing their asses off. Big time. And the 95% are saying, I'm not getting in touch with this, or is there something wrong? It's basics. And it can be changed so quickly. The program I'm putting forward for the implementation of the annuity pension fund for a county, I've worked hard in the last 2.5, 3 years, believe me. Gone through a lot of aggravation, a lot of garbage. And the funding should be there shortly. We just got an allocation of $50,000, another $100,000 is coming in about 3 weeks, and about $3 to $4 million or so. And I'm going to target one county, and they'll know I'm there when I'm there. And my, are they going to get heartburn? We're not asking permission. We're walking in, and we're going to do a full audit. I had a person on a radio talk show, he was saying, I've been trying to get my county to do an independent audit on the county for the last 8 years, and they just keep ignoring me. He said if you walk into the boxes and ask them to audit themselves on how many hens are eating from the hen house, do you think they're going to say yes? No. You don't ask. You walk in and you audit. You don't need permission. This is your city, your county, your school district, your money, your ownership. I put an example up on my own page, New Jersey. If you look at composite liquid investment assets in the state of New Jersey, city, county, state authorities, okay, to determine if you were looking at ownership value for every person living in New Jersey, every man, woman, and child, the allocation would equal about $235,000 per man, woman, and child. For a family of 5, over $1 million. Do they see one benefit directly from that? No. Are they getting the highest tax rates in the country? Yes. Why? Public left the vault door open. That 12 and 13-year-old kid are sitting there justifying with it whatever logic possibly they can to keep their $1,000 a week allowance check. Basics. Fundamental. Now the boys running the show, like I said, this is a $1 trillion syndicate. $1 trillion syndicate with a full 100% cooperation of the syndicated media. And to maintain business as usual, they have to keep the public entertained, distracted, looking off in left field as they're doing business in right field, okay, to continue business as usual. And they do an excellent job. Excellent. Because of the money involved. And then you have the public, you know, yelling and screaming about the problems. But the public is poor. They've had money tapped out of their pockets. Now, as I mentioned, I've reached 35 million people in the last 2 years. People are waking up real quick. Everybody keeps saying, Walter, how come you're still talking, breathing, and then dropped yet? I said, well, actually, if I had about $100 million net worth running my own business, I wouldn't be right now. They would have taken me out. I said, well, I'm a little guy. And so forth. These guys have egos the size of the World Trade Center. If they took a contract hit out on me, it would be an insult to their egos. They're not going to do that. I'm just one little person. They're going to deal with this, their situation. They have control of the media. What's the problem? Nothing's changing. It's about to change. Okay. But hopefully within a very short period of time, when funding comes in for the targeting of the county, I'm going to be swinging quite a sharp sword. One thing I cannot stand is corrupt judges and politicians. Can't stand a liar.
Amen.
And those that can, I just want to show you one example up here of something by the table. Those that can come right up here in the front, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to show you something right now. When you start looking at your own city, county, and state. If anyone could, come just right up here. Okay, how many people have heard of the rainy day fund? And they always say, we can't touch the rainy day fund. We're going to discuss the rainy day fund right now. Okay? Here's our rainy day fund. That's our rainy day fund. Okay, let's see how much we have on our rainy day fund. Okay, we have $2.26, $2.26 in our rainy day fund. Okay, we're going to have to watch this very closely. Something happens. You can't dip into this rainy day fund. I want you to audit that rainy day fund. If you have any questions, we can audit this rainy day fund and that dollar is there. I mean, our 2.6 years, $2.26. Okay. Has anyone yet noticed on it the fact that we're on both? Well, we're not going to discuss that. That's not the rainy. We're discussing the rainy day fund. I mean, isn't the welfare of your city and community important to you to disregard the rainy day fund for Something we're not discussing right now?
That's for the children.
This rainy day fund's for the children, that's right.
That's for child safety.
Yeah.
Also, yes, we have to increase the rainy day fund for child
Well,
safety.
what about the other ones?
What other one?
What about the
What
$2,000?
about the $100 bill?
We put that in the rainy day.
What $100 bills?
Let's put it in the rainy day fund.
Reach for it, I'll show you how quickly I
Can we get that back?
Okay. If you force the issue, what about those $100 bills? Let's see, that's the overfunding on the pension funds. This is the self-funding accounts, which they have a debt for, which they've actually put the money aside to pay that debt, even though they're not paying the debt. Well, here's our overfunding on our insurance accounts. That's, self-insurance accounts. We only need $5, but we have 200 there. Here's what we have in the local government investment pool. And here's what we have to split between all of ourselves because of setting up this structure, okay? But you have to focus on the basic fundamental realities, okay? If you want to be played for a fool, let's talk about the 226 pennies here on the table. Or so. There's so much money involved, these crackers are going to play you in any way, shape, or form they can, okay? They're making millions of dollars. We had a county board of supervisor up in Yavapai County, came into office 10 years ago, had a net worth of $85,000. His disclosed net worth now is $11 million plus and growing. Okay? He made most of his money on real estate transactions. His latest one, he bought a couple hundred acres in Prescott Valley. Ranch land, Fain owned it. No access either side. Okay? 1 year after he buys it, the most beautiful county access road you could possibly imagine, right through next to his property. The following year, the racetrack and the county fair had a move. Built in Prescott 100 years ago, antiquated for the size. Guess where it's moving? Adjoining his property. Guess what's going up on his property? The new golf course and condominium complex. Funded by, guess who? County Bank. The players. Now the public was getting a little mad. They decided to impeach him. 2 recall petitions signed. I'll make this real quick. 2 recall petitions signed. Okay? They were circulated in the regular crowd to the public. Well, that was a liability. He had his best friend go out and organize the boys to file a 3rd recall petition against himself. They got the signatures right overnight. Filed it with the court. And then he goes to the judges, his best buddies. I'm an elected official. There can't be 3 recall petitions circulating against me. You're going to have to invalidate 2 of them. Guess which 2 got invalidated? Guess which one got dropped after the fact? This is big business. This is big money. And if people continue to fantasize about entertainment and general topics, which, they'll constantly throw out 40,000 red herrings. I had to look to make sure my money was still on the table. Sorry about that. People should start looking also. You have to focus on the basics. They're going to throw out 40,000 red herrings to keep you spinning your wheels off there in left field as they're laughing their asses off to the bank every single day. As long as you're not effective.
There is a game this Sunday. Remember, let's keep the important things in mind. There is a game. I remember after one controversial vote in the city that the public didn't like, all the city councilmen turned up with brand new Lincolns at exactly the same time.
Yeah, it's money. And it's control. And if you're going to sleep, you're going to wear diapers, you might as well go home, turn on